I think we are live, if I'm not mistaken. I got some music going on in the background. Let me know if that's too loud for you or whatever. But we'll see. I can turn it down just a little bit. See what happens. I'm gonna go with number 3 and see if that helps. We are live, right? Looks like
It looks like it, but it's not showing you anything yet.
Hmm.
It's just spinning. So
Oh, here we go.
it's our
I think
internet.
I think we're buffering is what the problem is.
Oh yeah, I just got a notification. Let me turn off my Wi-Fi and use my.
I think I have got the speaker on still here, and I cannot get it to turn off. Just like always, nothing new. I don't know why this thing, I can't get the speaker to go off. How do you do the volume down thing?
Function.
Which is this one,
Mm-hmm.
and then. All right. Let's see if I think I got it this time.
Yeah, I don't hear you.
I see Jason on here from Gastonia, North Carolina. I got my nephew Johnny Strickland on here. We love you too, buddy. Congratulations.
Newlywed.
Johnny and his beautiful new wife Sydney just got married in Las Vegas. So everybody say congratulations to Johnny. They just got married. So let's see. I do adventures on here. Miss Donna's on here. Robert's on here. So didn't really have a big plan for tonight. Honestly, tonight's live stream is because I didn't get a video done this week, and that's just being honest with you. I had planned on heading up to Georgia Bushcraft. That didn't work out. And then I had another trip planned with some buddies that were going camping. And then I started having some issues with the Jeep, and it was overheating and all kind of craziness. So that didn't work out. So unfortunately, I didn't get a video done this week. But it is what it is, guys. I do the best I can, and that's all I can do, right? I see Taylor here, Mr. Randy Beeson.
You better say hello to Miss Madeline.
And Miss Annette. Let's see. What are you talking about?
Jason, Florida. Hey, okay. Sean, can you give a shout out to my 11-year-old daughter, Madeline?
Hello, Madeline. Thanks for watching. Shout out.
That's your first shout out, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's my first shout out, Madeline. So, congratulations. No, we really appreciate you for watching, and hope you enjoy the videos. I know the videos typically don't turn out videos for kids, but I hope you enjoy the videos watching them with your dad, and or who knows, he may just make you watch them. But I'd understand that too. Let's see, we got Matthew Grills in the house. Switching back and forth with Blackie. I know that just is kind of how it works out. Blackie and I are on at the same time. And I've talked about this before. I've looked through my analytics, and Thursday night at 8 p.m. is when my analytics say that the most of my viewers are on. So that's when I do it. It makes it, I feel like I get more interaction with you guys. So it is what it is, and me and Blackie have talked about it, and he understands. So that's just how it goes. Let's see. I see Miss Deborah. Hey, Distilling Adventures. Appreciate you hanging or coming tonight. Let's see. Taylor said, Thursday is my early day off work, so I had to stop by.
Well, there you go.
Well, I'm glad you did.
All right, Miss Donna done said hello to Miss Deborah and just ignored me.
Uh-oh. Miss Donna, you're in trouble with Sarah. She said that you said hello to Miss Deborah, but just ignored her. So
I said Miss Donna exclamation.
she is hurt right now, deeply hurt. Ed Chaos is in the house. Good to see you. But yeah, like I was saying, the Jeep. If you guys remember the video for the trip to North Carolina, I said at one point the Jeep started trying to run hot. Well, the coolant level and everything looked like it was fine, and I didn't have a problem with the coolant level or anything. But I'm just kind of wondering if that was kind of a precursor to what happened this past weekend. So this past weekend the radiator started leaking right along where the fins go into the tank on the side of it. So who knows? I don't know if all those things go together. I'm sure they do somehow, but we have temporarily got the Jeep fixed right now, but I am going to have to end up getting another radiator for it, which is ridiculous because I bought this radiator less than 2 years ago, and the warranty went out on it at the end of January, of course. And I bought the expensive, heavy-duty, all aluminum radiator, and then this is what happens. But oh well, it's fine. We'll be fine. But we'll, I'm probably gonna. I can't talk now. I'm probably going to still replace it with another all aluminum radiator because that one does seem like it helps it stay a little cooler. So I don't know. That's how it is. Yes. So you guys, you can't see her. Sarah is right over here. When we reset up this whole thing, she doesn't have a chair to sit in right now, so she is just piled up on the floor over here beside me. I've got to get her a chair, but she is helping me in the chat. Johnny said that's something Jeeps do. Yeah, Jeeps are notorious for overheating, and so that's why I did get that bigger radiator. But it's, and then this happened. So Miss Donna said get her one. Yes, ma'am, I will. I'll get her a chair. Let's see. I Do Adventure says, Sarah, come to Woolly Swamp Farms next year. We'll see. We might be able to get her up there. It's hard to get Sarah to go places with me. Camping.
There's a lot behind that, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not because she doesn't want to go. It's just because, honestly, there's just so much other stuff around here.
Me staying home lets you do more.
Yeah, that's true. Her staying home lets me be able to go do the things that I do. Because we have the other animals and stuff like that, and if we both went, we have to pay for somebody to stay and take care of the animals and stuff like that. So it's one of those things. We do try to get her out with me a few times a year if possible, but and when she doesn't do hot, so we're a little past the camping weather for Sarah now, I think.
If anyone wants to supply a camper with air conditioning, I might be in a few more videos.
So I don't know if you guys could hear that, but Sarah said if anybody wants to supply a camper with air conditioning, she might be in a few more videos. But Distilling Adventure says, man, I hate to run, but I gotta pick my daughter up from work. Hey man, I appreciate you coming to hang out and for a little while, y'all be safe on the road. Yes. Miss Donna said, but we'll see her in December for sure. And that's a fact. She will be there at Wild Camp. So Taylor said, icebox and a portable fan. I have tried that. And I built the whole setup. There's a video on it. And buddy, let me tell you what, it did not work here in Florida. It was not enough. I did it inside that Jeep though, so that it just couldn't overcome that heat inside there. But I think I seen one on here.
Germany.
Yeah, from Germany.
What time?
I know that I'm gonna mess this up, but looks like Wald Mensch. I don't know, maybe I messed that up, but I appreciate you joining us and subscribing from Germany. That's amazing.
That's cool.
And tell us what time it is in Germany. Let's see, Randy Beeson said, I'm with her, I can't sleep and sweat. Yeah, it's tough. We typically do a couple camps every year, just me and the buddies, that are just miserable. And I guess it's just, I don't know, stupidity. But, some of those miserable camps, but I don't know. We still have fun doing it. Ed Chaos said it's going to be brutal this summer. We went out 4th of July last year, 101 or 109. Yeah, I don't remember how hot it was when we did our last camp out, me and Jimmy and the other guys, but that was the hottest camp out I've ever been on. It was so miserable. Like at midnight, laying in the hammock, just pouring sweat, praying that somebody else would give up, because if somebody else gave up, the rest of us would have just mass exodus out of there, but we didn't do it.
Freddie Moss said hello from South Carolina. Loves your content.
Well, hello, Freddie. I appreciate you watching and enjoying the videos. Let's see. I saw another one. I'm kind of trying to. I want to talk to the camera, but I'm looking at.
Taylor Fillinger.
Yep.
Last time I camped in June, ended up at the Quality Inn. Hey, that's better.
Hey, I understand it. I do understand it.
Mr. Q was late but here, and Hike with Mike is here.
Hey, Hike with Mike, Mr. Q, glad to see you.
And Wald says, hello, America, love the USA.
Amen, I hear you. That's us too. So, I see a couple new people in here. Got Overland Chaos in here. First live chat. Hello to all enjoying the channel. Trenton, Florida. Awesome. Okay. You're local to us, so that's awesome, man. I'm glad to have you.
It's 2:12 in Germany. 2:12
a.m. in Germany.
That's a dedication.
Wow, that's cool. Why are you up? Nah, we're glad you are though. But yeah, I see. Let's see. Where was I thought I seen one more new one on here. Oh no, I seen Campfires and Life is in the house though. He said, I think I'm heading to North Carolina this summer, way cooler in the mountains. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that this year, I'm going to start doing some traveling to camp during the summer and stuff too, just to be able to keep the content coming, because during those summer months, it's hard for me to get content for you guys, because it just gets to be too hot and too, just nasty. We got Symbol Dog 20. Howdy from High Springs. High Springs is my old stomping grounds. That's where I was born and raised, in Alachua, High Springs. So I know all those back roads. I partied in a lot of those fields when I was a high schooler.
Hike with Mike says that he hates the cold.
Man, I don't know. So here's my thinking on that. When it gets cold, I can put more layers on to warm up. When it gets hot, I can only take so much off before people start calling the cops. So that's
Well, when you're cold, you don't sweat.
well, that's Sarah's thing. When you're cold, you don't sweat. So, um, but that's a good point. But everybody has their thing. So me and Sarah were actually talking about that the other night. How a lot of people, when they're um, up north, they live up north, they always say, "Oh, we want to go back down where it's warm." And me, I want to run to the mountains. That's what I want to do. I want to be up there where it's cold. And so that's just I know everybody has their own, what they enjoy and stuff like that. But I am at a point in my life now where I would prefer to be in the mountains. I think.
Bodie, our sunroom's looking good.
Oh, you like that? Yeah, I think everything is coming together. When me and Sarah put this room together, I wanted the blackout curtains because I thought, well, it'll keep everything dark and then everything behind it will pop. But what it has done is it makes my videos, my live streams, look like they're in the vertical because it's got black borders on either side. So it's I can't win for losing, guys. I'm terrible at this live stream stuff. I've seen
lower. So
yeah, you can see the lower stuff down here, and you can see my arm sticking out because is that called gesticulating? I think that's what it's called. I hope that's not a bad word. But I think gesticulating is the correct term for that. But I use my hands a lot when I talk, so. Yeah, we've got Skeeter in the house. Jax Barron says, I'm a wimp. I don't like the heat or the cold. Give me some. Hey, now, this is no joke. I have Googled where's the mildest place in the United States to live, because I'd like to go where it's never really, really cold and it's never really, really hot. Just find me that happy medium. But honestly, where me and Sarah want to go, kind of that North Georgia, lower North Carolina, but mostly North Georgia, Hiawassee area. That is like the best for me. And I keep on my what do you call it? My weather app. I constantly look like what's the weather there, and it's always so nice. So that's where I want to be one of these days. Master of Disaster says, question: which hammock would you recommend for one starting on hammock camping? Hanging high, what model, and what tarp? So the hammock that I have used the most recently and really, really enjoy is the Hanging High hammocks. I think it's called the RAM hammock, the REM hammock. That's a really good hammock. It comes with the bug net, and it's hard to beat for the price, in my opinion. Now, the tarp, I think it might be in my bag, but I've got their, I can't remember what the name of the tarp is, but it's the tarp with the doors on it, and that tarp is so nice. And they're coming out with these spreader bar things for that for that tarp. That's kind of hush hush now. It hasn't happened yet, so don't tell Trevor I told you. But they're coming out with these kind of spreader bar things that will go from one side to the other, and it will hold that tarp out, and then you'll be able to actually kind of put it in porch mode and stuff like that. It's so cool. And that's the tarp with the doors on it. It's a really nice setup. And, I'm over 300 pounds, and that hammock has lasted me, I don't know how long I've been using that, but over a year. Anyway, it's worked out really good.
I think it's longest you've used
Yeah, it's the longest I've used one other than my original one. My original cheapy hammock that I had, I used that thing for the longest time, and it's still in my gear room. It's kind of sacred to me, so every now and then I'll pull it out and use it just for a little bit, just to play with it. But man, the chat is moving tonight.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I appreciate it.
Overland Chaos just spent 5 nights in Georgia. Awesome weather.
Oh man, I'm so jealous. I would love to go do that. The North Carolina trip to Woolly Swamp Farms. That was a great trip. It was really windy when we were there, but the temperature was perfect. I highly recommend that little camping area there, the Woolly Swamp Farms. They have catch and release ponds there. Like they have some, like, really a lot of different areas to camp that I didn't show, which I wish I would have, but I was kind of preoccupied with everything. But it's a really, really nice place, and it's not expensive to camp there. David is a really nice guy, and I mean, just really, really nice place. And that was in oh, what was the name of that place? Snow Hill, North Carolina, I think is what it's called. And very, very nice place. It's Woolly Swamp Farms. I highly recommend going and check that place out. But the weather was really nice, and I saw some nice places on the way on the map that I was like, man, I'd like to go check this place out, or I'd like to go check that place out. But I didn't have time. But one of these weeks, one of these days, I'm going to be able to just do a little road trip up and hit a few of those different places. Snow Hill, that's right. So we got Eeyore. I see. Did I say hey to Eeyore? If I didn't, hey Eeyore. If I did, hey again, Eeyore. We got G-Man Adventures. Robert Bell says subscribe this week after seeing you on Tony 2.0. Random Adventures. Yeah, I appreciate that so much. Tony is such a great guy. He is the exact same person in person as you see on the videos. Exact same person. He's so genuine. Very, very nice guy. We got Taco05. Said, how's everyone doing? Sorry I'm late to the party. That's okay, buddy. We'll start all over. No, we haven't really, we just been chatting, man, so you haven't really missed anything. But go back and watch it from the beginning. Let's see, Buddier says, I got to Hendersonville. A good spot up there. He goes to Girton above Hendersonville. Sorry, my brain's not working. That's a nice area up there. I've never camped up there, but it is a nice area. Matt Barwick is in the house. I see you, buddy. Good to see you too.
G-Man Adventures says he lives about 15 minutes from Snow Hill.
Oh, okay. Man, that's a nice area up there. Really nice area. The Navigator's in the house. Our buddy Greg. Good to see you tonight.
Hi, Dad.
Sarah said, hi, Daddy. We got to get our last section of the Santa Fe done. Let's see. I thought I was seeing one more. Like I said, the chat is moving so fast. It's hard for me I hate to miss anything, but Skeeter says, please give a thumbs up, everyone. I agree. I appreciate it, Skeeter. Thank you. So, Wald, let's see, Wald said, make a hammock camping with me in Germany. You and your wife are always welcome. That's an awesome invite, and I appreciate that, but I'm not a a traveler like that, I would love to do that. But to be honest with you, you kind of got to get passports and stuff like that, which means
You gotta get a shot.
you got to get you got to get shots. And you wouldn't know it by looking at me because of the tattoos, but I am terrified of needles. But no, I mean, I would love to do that. There is some places I would love to visit, but I'm a weenie when it comes to.
I'll go.
Sarah said she'll go when it comes to needles. So, um,
Miss Donna said that she's sitting in the yard watching on her swing 65.
It's the next couple of nights here is gonna be decent, low 60s ish. Next week, I've seen
Oh, me and Miss Donna are going
mid
to Germany.
30s or mid 30s. I'm sorry. Next week, I've seen mid 90s,
Ugh.
and I am not ready for that. I'm not looking forward to the mid 90s. But I guess I don't get a say in that. It's just going to be what it is. But
Me and Donna are going to Germany.
you and Miss Donna are going to go to Germany. Well, Wald, be careful what you ask for. Sounds like you may be getting some visitors soon. So I know not everybody drinks, but tonight my drink of the night is a Jim Beam Fire and Diet Dr. Pepper Cherry. What did we call this? This was a hot pepper or something like that. I think what we call them, a hot pepper. But this is really good. But you guys let me know what you guys are sipping on. Mr. Q says Wyoming is my spirit state. I've never been to Wyoming. Have you been to Wyoming?
No, when I was in Montana, Mark went to Cody, but I didn't actually go.
Okay. Oh, my Sarah Lynn, guys. My daughter is in the chat tonight.
Sarah.
That's awesome. That makes me so happy. So, I am so proud of my daughter. She is awesome, and I appreciate you jumping into the chat. And tell my little bit that Papa loves her. Let's see.
And Nina says hello.
And Nina says hello. Let's see. Man, the chat is really going. I love it though. Let's see. I love the fact that you guys are talking to each other in the chat too. That's one of the things that I love about when I put do a regular video every week. Everybody gets together and we watch the videos, but we kind of chat along as we're watching the videos. I absolutely love that. So, Sarah Lynn said that she loves you too, Papa and Sarah, and she misses the snake. So, my granddaughter Kinsley came to hang out with us a few weeks ago, and when she first got here, Sarah showed her snake, and Sarah just got a ball python a little bit earlier this year, and Kinsley didn't want. She's like, no, I don't want anything to do with it. And then in a little bit, I want to pet it. She petted it, and next thing you know, she's sitting there holding the snake and playing with it and all that stuff. It was so cool. But we want to get her again, Lynn. I'd love to get her and take her out hiking somewhere or something. It would be actually, I got the perfect spot if she wants to go for a hike. We could go to the river. That would be a lot of fun. Let's see. Uh-oh, you guys are in trouble. Miss Deborah says, hey, she wants to go too. Wald, how big is your place? You might have a whole group. Let's see. Campfires and Live said he's drinking a cool glass of peach moonshine. That sounds good.
Wild Camp is December 13th through 15th.
So Wild Camp, Sarah said, is December 13th through the 15th, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And we're gonna do another live stream in a couple weeks. We've got some other stuff we've got to get together. We've had an issue with the email that we set up for that. It's been a nightmare to deal with. So we're still working on that. We'll get that figured out, or we'll have to do a different email. But we have, we've still got some stuff to work out on that. But I've really got to buckle down and start getting some of our sponsors together and stuff like that. Things have just been kind of crazy over the last couple months, and had a lot of things going on, and excuses. But in all seriousness, it has been that way. So don't think that we're not on top of it, because my wife is always on top of it. You know that, but I have no idea what's really going on in the background. I'm just the voice in front of the camera. She knows what's all is going on for that. So
you're just there to look pretty.
Yeah, I'm the pretty face, guys. That's all it is. Somebody's got to do it. I got voted in. So Wald says I drink German beer. That makes sense. Cheers.
Overland Chaos is doing a trip in October, Florida to Colorado and Utah. We could go see Hannah.
Florida to Colorado and Utah. Yeah, that's fine with me, man. Just swing by, grab me, and I'll go with you. Sarah can stay here and hold down the fort.
No, I'm gonna go see Hannah.
Sarah's sister Hannah lives in Colorado, so let's see.
Miss Donna is drinking Dr. Pepper on the rocks, and Miss Deborah is drinking regular Dr. Pepper on the rocks.
Okay.
So we got that and regular.
Yep, and I did see I saw one more up here of Dr. Pepper. Didn't I see it?
I don't know. I got distracted. Wald said, "Can I send you a German Army mess kit and a knife made in Germany?"
Yeah, absolutely. I would love it. We'll if you do Facebook or whatever, you can message me on Facebook, on our Rewild Outdoors Facebook. You can message me, or you can I'll see if Sarah can do a email link in the comments. If she can, then you can email me and I'll send you my address or whatever. That would be
Outdoors.
Yeah, it's rewildoutdoors@gmail.com. But Sarah will put a link in the comments there. Donna said I'm hitting the Dr. Pepper on the rocks pretty hard. I hear you. Taylor said I'd love to bring my Uni pizza oven and make some pizzas for everyone at Wild Camp. Cool. That would be awesome, man. So Wild Camp, we do have electricity too. There, so that might actually work. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. There was one more. Is that Maddie outside the door?
It must be.
Okay. Mr. Q said.
Oh, she's chewing on her bone.
Oh, that's what it is. I keep hearing it. Sounds like she's scratching on the door, but she's sitting outside the door chewing on her little bone thing. Mr. Q says, Todd, North Carolina, Blue Bear Mountain, great in the summer. Hey, I'll have to, actually, I need to write that down right now. I have a notepad here.
Look at you.
And I know, I was prepared, like with topics. Like I had 3 things wrote down like I was prepared for something. Todd, North Carolina. Sorry, guys. You just hang out for a second. I got to write this down. Blue Bear Mountain. Cool. I appreciate the heads up. There was a trip that I wanted to go to a couple weeks ago that was over in Alabama, and I didn't get to go, but I thought about Miss Donna because it was gonna be like 100 miles from Miss Donna, from her area, and I thought, well, man, that would be cool to kind of just sneak over and surprise her in her area, but it didn't work out. But the thought was there, though, Miss Donna. I see we got Carl in the house. Carl's on the road to Georgia, so this weekend, Miss Donna. um, this weekend, our buddy Ken with South Georgia Budget Bushcraft, they have a camp out they're doing up at Paradise Public Fishing Area, and so that should be pretty cool. Um, Again, we've got things going on this weekend that I'm obligated to, so I won't be going up there for that. It's a busy time right now, so I do have a trip planned um, tomorrow night, but then Saturday I've got to be back home so I can head to something else. So I hope you guys have a good time up there, Carl. I know you will. That's a beautiful area if you haven't been there. And they do it at the group camp. It's up on the hill, and it's so really so nice up there. In the morning, you can see the sunrise up there. Absolutely beautiful. So you're gonna enjoy it, and you'll get some cool breeze up there on top of that hill. Um, okay, so while I guess
Yeah.
you guys are working that out, great. Um, yeah, Carl said we'll miss you. Yeah, I would have liked to gone, but it just didn't work out. And to be honest with you, I'm still kind of a little nervous about the Jeep. I don't want to go too far with it yet because it's not fixed. It's Sean fixed, which means it may or may not last through tomorrow.
And your
but
wife needs you.
and my wife needs me. She's got something she needs me to do. So, and I have those priorities. So, um, she
You
never.
got to do. You got to go to a party for the live band.
Sarah never ever asks me to not do something, um, because she wants me to do something else. Never. And even at this point, for her work, they're having a party and stuff like that, and so she asked me to go with her, but she, even with the caveat that as long as it's not going to interfere with something you've got planned. And she's the best, guys. I know I always say that. I have people sometimes that will actually send me messages for saying too much nice stuff about my wife. I actually get those sometimes. But hey, it is what it is. Uh my wife is awesome, and I'm not gonna not say anything about her. But that's all I'm gonna talk about her tonight. So um let's see. Oh, it's starting to rain. On Miss Donna. We don't have any rain here until early next week, I think. I saw some people earlier in the chat. I was going to mention that, but it's moving so fast. I saw some people speaking German in the chat. That is so cool.
I think it was Eeyore.
Was it Eeyore? Yeah. That is so cool to me. I don't really speak any other languages. I speak English and Redneck, and then I also speak Pig Latin, if you consider that a language. Let's see. Well, don't worry about it. I know people that speak English that don't do as good as you're doing. Don't worry about it. You're doing a great job, buddy. Thank you. Donna said, "Well, those people can move on. Sarah is awesome. She really is. My wife is awesome." What did I do? Oh, okay. I thought I messed the chat up, guys, but I didn't. I'm okay. It's funny. I've got both of these going at the same time, and when I click on something on here and it makes the screen do something funny, I think that the chat is gone. I think we're fixing to have a visitor,
Yeah.
a kitty cat visitor.
Miss Donna says that she speaks another language, but she can't speak it on here.
Let me grab the cat real quick.
She is demanding to come in.
All right, Your Highness, come on in. Oh,
and Maddie.
And Maddie. All right, I'm back. We had to let them in because they were going to start making noise. Let's see.
Oh, it looks like Jason's got family from Germany.
That is so cool.
Thanks, Dad.
So Greg said I take all responsibility for Sarah, but watch out, she's turning into my wife. There is so many times that Sarah will say something, and I'll just look at her and go, "That was Linda," and she knows it when she says something. She'll admit it, but let's see. Donna said the gang's all here, so we have 31 people right now watching. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
That might be the most that we've had in a live at one time, I think. Which is really cool. Eeyore said I'm fluent in West Virginia English and Google Translate.
Nice.
I use Google Translate a lot because I do have people. It's kind of odd. Like I'll get comments sometimes from people that are in like what is it? One of them like South Korea or something, and then a couple of other places like that that I just wouldn't expect to have viewers at, and they'll comment something. I'm like, okay, Google Translate and see what they were saying, but it's neat to see. Like Germany, that blows my mind that somebody from Germany wants to watch my videos. That's awesome. It's really cool. But like there's a guy sometimes that comments, and I wish I could remember his name, but there's a guy from like Saudi Arabia or something like that. I hate to say that, but I think it's Saudi Arabia that watches and comments sometimes. And
there's that guy from England that always says happy birthday.
Yep, we got Steve Taylor from England. I think we might have a couple from England that watch, but yeah, it's so neat to me to see how we're kind of reaching different areas. So Master Disaster says, "Hey, the tarp. Do you recommend a continuous ridge line?" Yeah, I do, absolutely. And the reason I say that is because I use my continuous ridge line runs under my tarp, so my tarp goes over the top of it. And I think that when you just use the ridge lines on either end, you overstress those tie-out points on that tarp. So if you use a continuous ridge line on there, you can snug it, but it doesn't have to be pulled so hard to keep that peak. And if you can put all the tension in the line itself and not in the tarp, it'll make your tarp last a lot longer. And the continuous ridge line, Eeyore said it goes up faster. That's right. Let's see. Matt said you should not be surprised. You are genuine and enthusiastic. That appeals to people everywhere. I appreciate that so much. Who wouldn't want to watch your videos? You're awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I get a lot of people that say they love to put my videos on right before they go to bed. I guess they're boring enough that it helps them fall asleep.
You're just.
But I just, I guess I put off a relaxing vibe. That's so funny. Matt hit the nail on the head. Well, I appreciate it. Carl, be careful, buddy. Be careful up there and have a awesome trip. I appreciate you jumping in and watching for a little bit tonight. And Taylor said, and you too, Sarah. You're awesome too. For those of you who didn't get to go to Wild Camp last year, like the ones that did know that Sarah had everything like spot on perfect, and if it had been just me, it would it would have been a mess. And but Sarah is like, she, no matter what I'm trying to do, she's always supportive, and she's like, what do you need, how can I help you do something? And it's just been, it's been awesome. She really does anything no matter what. And like today, she gets me, she goes to the store, she knows I'm gonna go camping tomorrow night, she gets me a little box of Cafe Bustelo, which, you know, is not expensive, but it's that thought, like, hey, I don't know if you need this or not, but Donna said you would have been bombed without. That's probably 100% accurate. Let's see. Mr. Q, was the Alabama camp out you mentioned? I can't remember exactly where it was at. I don't remember exactly. I wish I could remember who was putting it on, but I can't remember. I just saw it and I was like, man, I would really like to go to that. Oh, that's what it was.
It was Blackie.
It was Blackie Thomas's camp out, and it was, oh, where is that at?
The same place you went.
Yeah, I camped there before, but it's not all that far from Miss Donna anyway. But yeah, it was. That's what it was. It was Blackie Thomas's camp out. But let's see. Kimberly Chip said, my favorite tarp is the one I can afford, just saying. And that's absolutely, that's a fair comment. Gear can get to be so expensive. And you know, I have my DD Hammocks tarp, and that thing's not a cheap tarp, and it's great. I also have that Calnico tarp that is literally a knockoff of the DD tarp. It's a great tarp too, guys, and it's $29. So, I mean, that's, you know, I'm not exactly a gear snob. I do know that you get what you pay for, especially, you know, with hammocking and that sort of gear that you're going to be putting a lot of stress on. You do get what you pay for. But the whole idea that people, you know, every time you mention something like that online, everybody's like, oh, buy once, cry once. You know, that's, I don't know. I understand the idea of that, but that's a little bit,
not everybody has that option.
Yeah, not like, you got to be able to get started somewhere. And if you can't buy a, you know, $120 DD Hammocks tarp, get the Calnico tarp. It works. It's going to keep you dry. And it's not really about the name on the gear. It's whether or not the gear works. And if it works for you, that gear is perfectly fine. Sarah and I, when we first started getting back into camping, we had that tarp was a Walmart tarp. I think it was a Coleman tarp or Ozark Trail or something like that. That tarp never once leaked.
Yeah, well,
and we had it in the rain several times.
Well, mine's like that Wise or whatever. That's just some random generic brand on Amazon. Yeah. It works fine.
And it works fine. So, we're not gear snobs here. You just get what works for you. As long as you're able to get out, have a good time with that piece of gear, that gear is perfectly fine for you. Just go out and enjoy it. And then, you know, the thing is, if you see, okay, I would like to have this a little better or this a little different, then you can start picking and choosing and work your way up from there. But you do not have to start out at the top. And honestly, that highest priced gear, it's not. I mean, there's a lot of people that are sending that stuff back because it broke or
Yeah.
something went wrong with it. There's always a chance that something's going to go wrong with a piece of gear. Doesn't matter the price tag on it. So,
Brian and Godslayer Mobile Gaming both said that they like the Calnicos.
Yeah.
And then Eeyore said that cost does not equal quality.
Yeah, exactly right. Cost doesn't equal quality. And that, I'll tell you, the prime example of that is that hanging high hammocks tarp, or the hammock and the tarp. The hammock itself, I want to say that hammock is $45, and it's really, really nice. God bless you. It's really nice, and it has held my weight perfectly fine.
And what was that one hammock that you got with the bars that broke?
That was a E-Trawl hammock that I got.
And you had a hard
and
time.
that E-Trawl hammock wasn't super expensive, but it wasn't cheap either. But the thing was, and it was okay. It wasn't the best. But then we were out there. I was out there camping one night, and one of the spreader bars broke on it. And then they didn't have a replacement. I couldn't get a replacement for it. They eventually just gave me the money back for the hammock.
After you argued with them.
And I had to argue with them for weeks. But, just like Eeyore says, cost doesn't equal quality. Well, that was a soapbox. Didn't I get up on the soapbox there?
Donna wants to know if that was the one that you have over your Jeep.
Yes, the tarp that I use over my Jeep. She said those were not real sneezes.
That's because I was trying to hold it in.
She was holding it in. But yes, that tarp that I use over my Jeep when I'm overlanding, that tarp is a Calnico 10x15, and even at that, it's $30. Something like that, $31. What is Eeyore Humrump thing about? Let's see. Let them go, sister. You'll blow a gasket.
I've got a complex. Because Mom, every time I was seeing, she would go scat.
Walt says, let's see.
Kimberly Chip said thank you for all of the information on the tarp.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Anything we can do to help, and that's the thing that's so good about these chats. Like, even when we do a video every week, we'll have the live chat under the video, and you can throw questions out in there. And our group is so helpful. Everybody tries to help everybody. I love it. So, I was gonna say, Wald said, something about you become a DD tarp, hammock, mess kit, and a German knife. We'll send you later. Oh, Sarah said she wants some German chocolate. You can't start putting in an order. That's not how this thing works. I'm sorry. Sorry, Wald. Overland Chaos said rooftop tent for me. Body doesn't agree with the hammocks. So my job, I'm a farrier. I bend over all day long. My back hurts, I think a lot of times when people say that they can't sleep in a hammock, I think it's because it's not set up quite right. So if, like, I don't want to say that you're not setting it up right. That's not what I'm saying. But I think if you get the thing set up correctly, it gives you enough slack in there. Like me, I can lay down almost perfectly flat in mine, and it's the most comfortable I can sleep. I do adventure says pixelated. I apologize. We do not have the best internet here, so if I'm pixelated, it's the best I can do, buddy. I'm sorry.
I don't like. I mean, I like laying in the hammock and taking a nap, but I don't like sleeping in it at night because I don't know. It feels exposed.
So that's the funniest thing to me. Sarah doesn't like to sleep at night in the hammock because she feels like she's more exposed, but she will sleep in a tent, which is just.
There's a thin amount of fabric
Yeah,
there, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Well,
there's a thin amount of fabric around you
well,
in a hammock too.
I think part of it too is Maddie usually sleeps with me, so subconsciously I'm like paranoid that she's gonna jump out.
Yeah.
She can't jump out of the tent.
Right. Godslayer says, do you have an opinion on tarp size shape? Like the size rectangle 10 by 15, I hear a lot about the square 10 by 10. So, like, I got the 10 by 15 just because it fits better over my vehicle. It gives me a little more room. But in general, I prefer a square because you can do so much more with a square tarp than you can a rectangle tarp. The square tarp makes it's easier to turn it and set it up in a diamond. What is that going on? Did you see that?
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Why is that doing that?
I can't see it on here yet.
I hope you guys are actually being able to see this, and I don't look like an idiot. Look at why is it doing that?
Oh.
Yeah.
You got a ghost.
I think. I feel like I have some sort of secret power now or something. Magic hands. I don't know why it's doing that, but I kind of like it. I think it's kind of cool. I don't know why it did that. Why it's doing that, but it is what it is. He said that's your white balance on your camera.
That's too logical of an answer.
That's probably true, but it's all automatic on there, so for whatever reason it's doing that, I don't know. Anyway, Cox said, I'm on Cox in Gainesville and don't really see any outage.
Cox said.
Huh?
You said Cox said.
Oh, Greg said, I'm on Cox in Gainesville. Don't really see any outages. Unfortunately, Sean is on Windstream. It's just, out here, the internet is just terrible out here.
Only option.
And it's our only option. We don't have any other options.
The damn Starlink.
Yeah, Starlink is another option, I guess. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
But the startup cost for Starlink is pretty expensive. So, Donna said, "I knew you had superpowers." Definitely. It's not the white balance, guys. It's definitely magic hands. Like if it was the white balance, could I be like? Like,
it's gonna be funny when it quits doing it.
It's gonna quit in a second. I'm just gonna look like even more of an idiot. Oh, that would be neat. So Freddie Moss said maybe Sarah and I could do a camp with Tony and Miss 2.0. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I kind of would like to get up.
Lost the feed.
Uh-oh. I wonder if it's cutting in and out. Yeah, it looks like it's pixelated. I don't know, guys. I might have to go ahead and cut this thing short. Let's see. Let me shut this off and see if this is helping. See if this helps.
I put my phone on. Not.
Yeah.
People are still commenting. Looks fine to me. It's just.
Yeah, I don't know. I wonder if I could shut the internet. Well, if I did it on my phone, if I shut it off,
it's gonna have to.
It might mess up the whole thing. So, just chalk it up as another Sean live stream, guys. It's just not good.
It might just be that Cox internet.
But no, I can see it doing it on mine too.
Yeah, it looks pixelated on mine.
Well,
Not me do that.
yeah. Just squint and try to get all those pixels to squeeze together.
There you go. You are the bushcraft wizard.
The bushcraft wizard. I'm not all that bushcrafty though. Yeah, I bushcrafted the internet for you people. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. Where did I see it at? Wald said, "I thought it was my internet in Germany." No, it's just how I do things, Wald.
Bushcrafted internet.
Yeah.
Router out of pine cones.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta work on my internet router building. See if I can do it better. Let's see. Jason said still turned out good. Me and Madeline. Me and Madeline love watching your videos. I really appreciate it. I have a video with my daughter Corey. Oh no, my daughter Carly. In it where me and her went fishing. I think it's daddy daughter fishing or something like that. Y'all might like to watch. That was a long time ago.
You got one of your first videos, remember? And you were like being a creeper out there with Carly and Corey.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's one of your first videos.
Yeah, go back and watch those first videos that I did. They are horrible. They are terrible.
That's like our honeymoon video.
Oh yeah. So for whatever reason, I decided that the world needed to see our honeymoon travel videos, and so there is a whole link, a whole playlist of our the places that we went and everything. And I didn't realize. Me and Sarah watched it not long ago, and I didn't realize it, but I think I used 2 songs. For the whole thing, all the videos, it's just like that song and another song, and that song and another song. It's horrible. But we've got them now, and we'll always be able to go back and watch them and laugh at them. So, but I thought that the whole world needed to see those. You know,
hey,
when you're first starting the YouTube thing, and even at this point right now, everything is content. Everything is content.
Even when I'm not going to make a video, and then you don't make a video for YouTube, but you make a video on your phone for everything. But
yeah, so Sarah and I will go somewhere, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to video this time, and then I'll make I'm going to just do a short video for Instagram or a short video for the Wild Bunch or something like that. It's funny. So Wald said today he watched a video. North Carolina video and Georgia camping videos from me. Saw maybe 6 vids today. That's awesome. I appreciate you going back and watching those. I really do.
Watch my fire.
Sarah said watch her fire video where she made a fire with the ferro rod. She's very proud of that. I was very proud of her too. Jason said that Madeline loves to fish and hunt and camp. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little story about when my oldest daughter was, I don't know, Sarah Lynn, she was on here earlier. I don't know if she's still in the chat or watching or not, but she had to be 3 years old maybe. And we were camping, and we had I think it was the morning we were going to leave, and we had let the fire go down and everything was essentially out, but the coals were still hot, but everything was gray. And that baby ran through those coals with both feet in those coals. And immediately they turned bright red, and I snatched her up, and for better or worse, I don't know, I just stuck her feet in the river and just let them sit there and cool off in the river. And they did have some little blistering on them, but not as bad as they would have, I think, if I hadn't have done that. But yeah, poor baby. But they still, her and my granddaughter and them, they'll go kayaking and they go camping and stuff like that. It's awesome. I'm really happy for them. And my daughter Carly loves to fish. That girl loves to fish. Um, uh, Tanner. Oh, that's funny. So, we met Tanner a little, or I met Tanner a little while, I don't know, a couple months ago or something. And he went to school with Sarah. It's cool to see you in the chat, man. Thanks for watching. Um, uh, let's see.
We were the Cougars.
Oh, were you guys the Cougars? That's what it.
Yeah.
Okay. Godslayer said I almost have my wife convinced to go camping with me, but have to wait until October for cooler weather.
Yeah.
I don't blame her for that. Sarah doesn't like to camp when it's hot either. And when me and Sarah first started dating, she's like, I'm not going camping unless there's a bathroom and what was air conditioning. It had to have air conditioning and a bathroom. And so I think the first time I took her camping, it was cold and the place had a bathroom.
Yeah.
And we did set
and
the tent up, and it
think.
had a shower. And so then we kind of went a little more rugged, and then a little more rugged, and now she'll just go with me sometimes, and we can go, and she'll just, she doesn't require a bathroom anymore.
Even though you do build me a
Well, I'll bushcraft her a bathroom when we go out. But yeah, it's cool though. Over the time, she's gotten more and more comfortable with it. But
it's cleaner than the dang
porta potties and vault.
Stuff.
Yeah. But it does, I think if you do it that way and just kind of ease them into doing it, it's a better experience for them, and it'll make her want to go more. And then you can kind of, ease her into the more miserable stuff. No, it's always fun. So one of the things I always joke about is Sarah makes me do stuff that I didn't even know I was going to do. Like when we went to the mountains and we were hiking and we got to the creek was, wide enough they were having to drive cars across the creek and stuff.
And we didn't know how deep it was.
And I didn't know how deep it was exactly. And I'm standing on the side of the creek trying to decide whether or not I was going to take my shoes off and wade across. And I look up and Sarah's on the other side. She'd already gone across. And if you're hiking anywhere with Sarah and there's a little bit of water, she's going to put her feet in it. She's going to splash in muddy puddles like what?
Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig. She's going to splash in the muddy puddles. Let's see. Taylor says Sarah and my girlfriend are on the same boat. Hey, just kind of ease them into it, and she enjoys it now though. I think she enjoys the car camping.
Yeah.
A lot more though, because she is a little more protected. When we went up to North,
I don't know what I think is going to happen.
That was Georgia or North Carolina we went to where we camped up.
I haven't been camping in North Carolina.
So it must have been
Bushcraft.
It must have been up when we left Georgia Bushcraft and went north. I can't remember the name of that place, but
I don't know. But we were right there near the mountain crossing, so close to outside of Hiawassee.
Wherever that was. No, I'm good, thank you. We were camping there, and Sarah was in the car, and I was in the hammock, and that first night, a dang bear come walking down the road.
In Georgia?
Yeah, when we were in Georgia.
I thought that was here.
No, that was when we were up there. You don't remember? Anyway.
Oh, I do remember you saying that. Yeah, because the dogs were barking.
Yeah, because the dogs across the street were barking, or across the road from us were barking. But I was in my hammock, and I heard the crunching, crunching, crunching. And I look out, and there's just big old black bear just walking down the road, and Sarah was inside the car, all safe and warm and everything, and here I am hanging off the back of the car like a burrito. Greg said, flashback to last year when we hiked into Orange Point, thought we were going to die. Yes. When we were hiking out there, it was miserable. On the way back out to the vehicles, it was so ridiculously hot. We were hiking from shade to shade. We would hike to that shade and then cool off, and then hike to that shade and cool off. It was crazy. No, I'm sorry. It's my internet. I apologize. Let's see. Bushcraft internet's when you steal it from your neighbor. I wish that was the problem, because we're having to pay good money for this terrible internet. Ed Chaos said my wife swore she would never get into a hammock or in a hammock. Then she got in mine, my one wind. $2,000 later, she's got her own pack. That's funny.
You know, you
hey,
got the buy me a coffee. Should you buy me an internet?
Yeah, so we do have the buy me a coffee now. So you can go over there and buy me a coffee. Sarah said we need to do a buy me an internet setup. But you can do buy me a coffee. I think it's at buy me a coffee at Rewild Outdoors or something like that. I Do Adventure says I have a mobile home on the White Oak River. Sarah can camp there with Rhonda. I would like this year to do some like more camping outside of Florida, but I'll tell you what I hear a lot of. I hear a lot of people say that like Alabama or Georgia doesn't have as much camping spots as we do. And that seems so crazy to me, because it's, those places are so beautiful, but I don't know why they don't have them set up
Do they not have like dispersed camping?
Yeah, a lot of places like in the southern part of Georgia doesn't have a lot of dispersed camping. I've looked into it. My buddy Ken, that's one of the things that frustrates him so much, is there's nothing up there that you don't have to spend so much money on, like $20 or $25 a night, and then like a 2-night minimum. So I don't know. Let's see. Stone Mountain has some really nice camping spots in Georgia. Oh. I didn't even think about Stone Mountain.
We should try that.
We should try that out. That would be cool.
We've been there just to the
writing it down.
Park, but
Stone Mountain.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago we went to Stone Mountain. We were just
overnight camp at Buc-ee's. I'm telling you.
We were just kids.
It used to be.
Overnight camp at Buc-ee's?
Buc-ee's. Put that down really large.
Overnight camp at Buc-ee's. I feel like doing that, though, I'm kind of stealing other people's videos that they did. Because I'm going to video it if we're camping there.
I'll be there, so it'll be different.
Overnight camp at Buc-ee's.
That was, Freddie Moss gave that suggestion. Thank you.
Grand suggestion, Freddie Moss. So now I'll have to take Sarah to Buc-ee's and camp for the night. Eeyore says Stone Mountain is super crowded. Tallulah Gorge, I've looked into that one. What's the other one up there? It's like the Georgia's Grand Canyon or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but oh man, it's a beautiful area. It's another place that I want to go. That would be a lot of fun. That man, I had it on the tip of my tongue. That place in Georgia, in Alabama that we camped at. or that I camped at. Geneva. Geneva State Lake. That is a beautiful lake out there. And there's some hiking you can do on that place too. And that's in Alabama. So, Geneva State Lake. That's a beautiful place. Wait a minute. Black Forest in Germany too. All right, writing it down.
Please note it too.
Black Forest. That's going to be a little bit longer drive.
When we go over there, we can see if we can go have Hayes meet us.
Yeah. That would be so cool. I mean, I don't know. I would get a shot to go to Germany, but I'm afraid that I'd get over there in some of those pretty areas and not want to come back home.
I think it would be worth getting a shot.
I don't know. There's very few things in this world that I feel would be worth getting a shot for, like tetanus, lockjaw, all those sorts of things. You guys want to see Sarah's snake? I'll see if he doesn't really like me to pick him up like he likes Sarah to.
Well,
he doesn't like the hair on the arms, but there he is. That's Reuben.
He's just baby.
He's just a baby snake now, but he's really cool though. Overland Chaos said Georgia Traverse. I've seen videos on that one. I would like to do that one too. Cloudland Canyon. That's the one I was thinking of. Thank you, Eeyore. Cloudland Canyon is one that's been on my list for a while to do, and I'm gonna do that one of these days. I've heard the views. You can hike up to the views, and they're so nice. So
that's in Georgia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cloudland Canyon. Let's see.
Miss Donna said Chihaya Mountain is just
Cheehaw. Cheehaw Mountain, 30 minutes from Oxford.
Danger Noodle. He's not dangerous.
The cute Danger Noodle. So, I have, I don't know, I've never heard it happening to anybody else. But I can't hardly hold that snake for very long, though. I can't let him crawl up my arm because I've gotten a few little, like, blisters from him. I don't know if my skin is sensitive. You know, I'm a sensitive kind of guy. I don't know if my skin's sensitive or what, but I've never heard of anybody else getting blisters from him. But I get a reaction from him, so you gonna crawl over here?
Probably.
He likes to, like, you can put him up here on the desk, and he likes to get around the edge of stuff. It's kind of funny.
He's a ball python, a pastel lesser.
He's a pastel lesser ball python.
Het clown.
Het clown, whatever all that means, I don't know.
Ball python.
Black Rock Mountain State Park in Georgia. I'm gonna just start writing all of these down. We're gonna make a whole list of places to go. Black Rock Mountain. That's cool. I appreciate it. Last weekend, some of the guys were going to a spot in Withlacoochee State Forest, an hour and a half from me. I've been wanting to go to this place forever because it's one of the only places in Florida that has actual, like, real caves you can go down into. And I've been wanting to go, and then everything happened and I wasn't able to go. So, it's a shame, but I'll get there too. So it's not just out of state stuff that I'm missing. didn't get to go to one that was right here that I wanted to go to. Wald says, love your coffee mug, cooking mug, one for all, so uncomplicated.
Godslayer had to go.
Godslayer says, well, great seeing y'all. Well, I appreciate you coming to hang out. I know we have been going now for, what, an hour and 20 minutes. That's crazy.
You had up to 36 people at one point.
Oh, that's cool. Linville Falls in North Carolina has caves you can walk in.
Oh, that's cool.
All right, writing it down.
Miss Donna says that she also has tons of waterfalls.
All right, Miss Donna, we're coming to your neck of the woods.
Oh, and then Eeyore said that the Foxfire Museum.
We drove past the Foxfire Museum, but it wasn't open when we went by there. But that's one of the places I want to go check out too. I actually have one of the Foxfire books up here. I've got Foxfire number 4. Let me write down Actually, I'm writing it down right now. Cheehaw.
Seminole or Gator? Gator, no semi-holes.
Cheehaw. Got it. We're gonna, and it was all pixelated so you couldn't see it. But, Freddie said, "Are you a Seminole fan or a Gator fan?" Well, we're from Gainesville, home of the Fighting Gators. So I'm a Gator fan.
Yeah.
But I don't really watch a whole lot of sports, to be honest with you. Let's see. Randy Beeson said Turkey Creek Campground in Almond, North Carolina. Awesome trails to Fontana Lake. That's cool. We have been up that way, and we love Fontana Lake and all that stuff around there. That's actually where we were talking about when me and you were going to go last time, but we didn't get to go. We were going to camp right there on Fontana Lake.
Oh, okay.
Tate's Hell, that's another one. There's some crazy stories, like Bigfoot stories out of the Tate's Hell area. That's a pretty area over there I want to go to. I actually drove past that area when I went to Alabama last time. Taylor said the caves in Withlacoochee are beautiful, but have become polluted by inconsiderate people. Yeah. So the guys that were going, they took trash bags with them, but I don't think that they actually made it to the caves.
It was too hot.
I think it was too hot. So,
but still, that's awesome. Just bring a trash bag with you.
Snowbird Wilderness in Robbinsville, North Carolina. Snowbird.
Eeyore said that Black Rock Mountain is dedicated to preserving the Appalachian culture.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, well, Ruben up there.
Well, Robbinsville on my book here has 2 B's in it. That says Robbinsville with 2 B's on there. Okay. I thought I spelled it wrong. All right. But yeah, we're definitely gonna hit some of these spots up. I think this summer as it starts to get hot.
Yeah.
Because it's just gonna be, it's so hard to find good places to camp around here during the summertime. So I think we're gonna start trying to do some of that and hit up some different spots. He's doing his little inchworm thing along the side of the.
I'm trying to make sure he doesn't get on the mouse pad because he'll be.
It's not gonna hurt anything because this is running it. So, but I think we're gonna go. It's been
Almost an hour and a half.
Almost an hour and a half, and I appreciate you guys hanging out. And I know it's not the best quality, but it's I appreciate you guys hanging out and everything. I've had a great time tonight chatting with everybody. Miss Donna said we're always on, so we use onion sacks to put trash in. They don't hold the water. Oh, that is cool. So he is going across my mouse pad, and I can see the little arrow going all over the place.
Moving stuff on my phone.
Yep, that's funny. But anyway, I'm not gonna hold you guys too much longer. I appreciate you watching. and hanging out with us tonight. Next week, I promise you, next week I will have a good video for you. I've got some new stuff in that I like. One Wind sent me something they want me to check out, and that's going to be pretty cool. And I've got a couple of little small things I want to start making some little shorter videos. I don't want to set myself on it just yet, but I want to start doing a 2-minute Tuesday segment where I'll do just a little short video for 2-minute video and put it up on Tuesday sometime. And kind of want to try to bring you guys some more content. But we'll just have to see how it goes, guys. I appreciate you watching. Hope you enjoyed yourself. We really enjoyed having you tonight. I appreciate it. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.